Sorry, little glitchy. Welcome to the Eddy Live Show, episode number 138. How are you guys doing? We are talking to Susie Lee and Raymond Ko, right? They are down in Xiaoliuqiu with the little girl who is in heaven, I'm sure, right now. Yeah, having a good time down there.
Hello, girl.
I'm so sorry. You're a big girl.
Yeah, I'm starting to grow.
Hi. Yeah. You're so big. Oh my gosh. The last time I saw you, you were little, right? Did you get it, man? Yeah. Sorry, this online deal here is a little bit different. Yeah, I can send you the link right now.
Get it, man? Yeah.
We're all good.
This online. I'm just getting the link.
Okay, there you go. I will give you the link. Hold up. I will send it to you. Got it? Boom. Okay, so guys, yeah, thank you guys so much. As you guys know, we're in a remote. We're doing the remote show again. Unfortunately, it seems to be remote all the time when we do it with Susie. But next month, I'll get you in. And we'll do some wings, Susie.
We will. Promise.
Yeah, we'll get. I'm excited for you to try the Korean wings that we have.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. So be honest. Be gentle. That's awesome, man. I'm excited. Thank you guys for doing this. Ray, how's things down in Xiaoliuqiu?
Well, I was actually just in Taipei for less than 24 hours to pick up something.
I'm in Xiaoliuqiu.
You are? Okay. So what are you up picking up, man?
Share some of the links.
Yeah, please do. I'll talk to Susie. Susie, how is life in Tianmu treating you? Hold on. Check this out. Boom. Ooh, getting fancy.
We moved, of course, when the cases were rising here, but we've been hanging in there. And just this last over the weekend, they closed all the schools in Taipei, and so at that point in time, we decided.
Like my school too.
Your school too.
Your school's closed.
My school too.
Yes, it was 5 days, at least 5 days. So Eddy's daughter also was not in school, and
that's right.
Mine's Taipei.
Yeah. So
are you happy?
So I decided that instead of having Hannah watch 7 hours of TV as I was trying to get some work done, I texted Ray and said, "Hey,
Ray.
Uncle Ray.
Hey, Uncle Ray, Hannah's school is closed. What do you think about us heading down to the island?" And
I was like, "Okay, done. I got a place for you to stay."
Beautiful. I love it.
Totally changed plans and was heading down to the island.
Heading down.
Okay. So, you guys
so it's 4 hours, right? Door to door. Bye. Nice to see you. You're so big now.
So I think
You're
she
so
came
big now.
From thinking about it to executing less than 24. Yeah, from thinking about it to getting here was 24 hours.
Yes.
That's amazing. Yeah, she messaged me. She's like, "I'm thinking about going." And I was like, "Yeah, I can't help you out to take care of the bird, right?" It's like, sorry, I can't help you out. I would. I'd love to.
And it was a bird that I inherited from the landlord. And it wasn't like he imposed the bird on me, but with Hannah, I just thought it would be a really nice thing. And the bird is a very natural alarm clock.
Okay, beautiful.
5:30 and 6 a.m. with this very melodious.
Okay.
Which is okay if you're an early riser, so that was okay for me. But I didn't want to.
Were we texting at like 4 a.m. this morning?
That is correct.
We were.
Really? Wow.
Voluntarily a super early riser as well.
I don't think it's voluntarily. If I had the choice, I'd wake up at 6 5:30.
Do you use an alarm clock or something, or is it just the sunlight wakes you up, or what's up?
I don't know. Sometimes recently I've been having little issues because it hasn't been that sunny. And
Okay.
It's really the sun that helps me sleep really well. So
I found that whenever I move into a new apartment and there's no curtains or anything, when the sunlight wakes me up, I have a fantastic day. And it's like the most natural way to wake up. And as soon as, you get settled and you put curtains and stuff up, then, things get groggy and you need the alarm clock. It's got to be something similar to that, I'm guessing, yeah?
Get a bird. Get a little bird. Get a little bird.
Oh, a bird, yeah. Ooh.
Get some sun, dude. You're like the whitest Mexican ever.
I know I am, man. I'm
Jeez.
this lighting here, man. Check this out. I'm the whitest Mexican, man. Me and Canelo are going for a
I
prize.
was going to say Canelo.
Me and Canelo, man. 1-on-1, brother.
Redheaded, you know.
He's got the red head, so he's got me beat by a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Right.
Good, man. So tell me what's new. Let's talk a little bit about Xiaoliuqiu. Yeah. What's new? What's new down there?
What's new down here? Well,
Yeah.
There's a new restaurant opened up called Island Bistro.
Okay.
That's where Susie was staying with when she was here last time.
Yeah.
The guy works at a tech company in Hsinchu. He's remote now. He loves scuba diving. And he used to work at some Michelin-starred restaurants in San Francisco.
Oh, so he's legit. Nice.
Yeah, this is legit. He runs the restaurant very well. Good wine selection. It's not super expensive, but it's not super cheap. So I work there once in a while as a barista, just because I like coffee. And
Okay.
We went there last night.
Okay.
And,
Awesome.
So we had chicken wings. Also, they had some wings there. Not hot wings, but
Beautiful. Okay.
some kind of roasted squid, which was delicious.
Okay.
A chicken pesto pasta.
Wow.
Like a fish and chips with the most tender fish. It was really awesome.
Really nice.
It's fresh. Like, this is a big fishing community here, and he'll go down.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, it's not like none of this frozen garbage. He goes down and buys it from the vendor or the fisherman or vendor, whatever, directly.
That's beautiful. Yeah. You would imagine.
It's so good. The fish is so good here in Xiaoliuqiu. So, yeah.
You would imagine that. The seafood. The seafood must be amazing, right?
Mostly fish.
Okay.
You have some octopus and lobster, but it's fish that is some squid sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, the fish is amazing. Like, I never knew mackerel tasted so good, but we would get super fresh mackerel. There's like the oils on there. It's like a very oily fish, especially omega-3s, which is supposed to be good, right? And so
that's the good stuff, right?
Tasty.
Oh man, that's good. We got to make our trip. So we got to make a trip, man. We're thinking probably the summer. We were going to do some traveling this summer, but we decided I need to get a tan. What do you think? Work on my tan a little bit.
You have to get a pre-tan before you come down here because the sun can be pretty intense.
Well, the good thing is that I don't look it, obviously, but I am Mexican, so I don't burn very easily, right? Unless, I've burned a couple times in my life, and that was, no, we never wear sunscreen, right? So, no sunscreen in the ocean for like 8 hours. Okay, then I burned. But usually it's not too bad. We'll see how it goes, yeah.
Like, you never do sunscreen?
I've never put sunscreen on, no, in my life, yeah. And I've burned twice, yeah.
Well, I'm starting to put sunscreen on my hand when I go diving, on my hands and my face, because it's starting to age. But I don't really burn. Once you have that nice dark tan, it's hard to burn. But also, if you don't wear sunglasses, your body will lay down a lot more melanin to get dark, because if you wear sunglasses, your body thinks it's indoors, and so it doesn't release the melanin. You get burnt easier.
Oh, really?
Easier.
Yes.
Easilier. Okay, perfect. I love it.
The nice thing I'd say about Xiaoliuqiu that I haven't seen the other islands, but what I've heard and what I believe also from Ray is that it's a very functional island. It's a fishing, it used to be a fishing town, right? So, it has the amenities that a lot of the other islands don't have, which makes it easier for someone like me who wants to also do work while I'm down here. It's quite functional, right? Like, they have a post office, and they have all these different restaurants, and they have all these other places that make it really easy just to live here for a little while, right? And not just sort of get a hotel, do your things, and then come back. And
also the other islands, I think you definitely need like a scooter or something, and you can on with your e-bike here, right?
Yeah, I don't scooter, but I can just take a little electric bike and it's pretty.
It's pretty much the same thing, I'm guessing, right? Yeah, I've never did a little e-bike thing, but the scooter is pretty. When I started, okay, I think the food scene you said is blossoming, right? It's going well down there, and this new place has opened up. And it's
the last few weeks have been terrible tourism wise, because everyone. It's kind of weird. because I thought people weren't traveling here because they didn't want to be on public transport and risk it. But the logic was weird because they heard there was like a couple cases in Xiaoliuqiu and they thought that was a risk. It's like, you think coming here is riskier than staying in Taipei? And this is like weird logic, but a lot of places here are outdoors. It's not a lot of places here where you're going to contract it.
What's the population, man? It's a pretty low population, yeah?
13,000 people, but it can double during a weekend, busy weekend.
Okay.
So we're looking at tourism numbers that are 20% of what it usually is. And he's like booked out.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So this place, like I told you this before, Eddie, like this place is just anything that's not Chinese you open up is going to do well here.
Okay. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, for sure. So I wanted to ask you how are locals responding? Because I'm guessing it's probably going to be a little more pricey, right, than local food, right? So how's the response from the locals
for the restaurant?
Yeah, for the restaurant. Yeah.
Well, I don't think locals go
Is it
there.
who eats there?
The local scuba divers and free dive instructors go there. And also, so a lot of people like to eat in groups, right? And that's probably why they go to like the barbecue places because they accommodate a lot of people. And there isn't any Western restaurant places here that can accommodate more than like 5 or 6 people. There's like some place called Hard Rock Gastropub, which is pretty good, but they're really small. But they could accommodate 12, 15, 20 people maybe. Run really efficiently as well. I mean, I've seen, I spent a lot of time there, and I've seen them, like come out with their food within 5 or 10 minutes of ordering it.
That's pretty quick. Yeah, nice.
Possibly where I'm going to have my 50th birthday party.
Ooh.
Oh, when's this? Not this week, I hope. I can't get out. Yeah.
December. So you got time to plan for it.
December?
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, that sounds good. December what? December.
Other good restaurants here that, even for, the fact that it's a small island, I've always been really,
This is from the dog scraping.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Put some antibiotic cream on it later.
Put on.
Otherwise, it'll fall off.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
So there's so a lot of the seafood restaurants here are really good, as well as there's a couple of decent burger joints.
3 burger joints.
3 burger joints, and they're all doing well.
Yeah, and there's an Iranian shop that serves Iranian drinks, Iranian ice cream.
Yes, Iran Bazaar.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really,
that's cool, man. Wow, that's beautiful.
A lot of cute cafes are cropping up, like Island Lemonade, this new one called 770 Seaside or something. There's a little, good coffee at the Island Bistro, which is like on a cliff that overlooks the west side, so you can see the sunset from there.
Yeah. And many of the coffee places also just have like really good coffee. They have handmade desserts, and I would actually say that probably compared to a lot of the places like that I've even tried to go to in Taipei, Xiaoliuqiu has some of the coolest coffee places to spend time. And for me, also like getting a little bit of work done there, when you're overlooking the ocean or, on top of a, hill, it's just, it's pretty great.
And you also, some of them, the coffee places, they play with Hana.
Oh, totally. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah. So that's actually another one of the reasons that I really like being here is that because it's like island relaxed, a lot of people, of course, naturally people like Ray and other friends here, they really like have the time and the energy to indulge a kid, right? Whereas in Taipei, everything's go, 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 and there's almost the stress and everything. And a lot of adults are kind of a little, parents are a little bit suspicious of, random people here, but there it's just really like, just really friendly. And so even today I'm working and someone brought a dog in and Hana said hi to the dog. And then the entire cafe was getting a massage from Hana because she was like massaging them.
Oh, whoa. Nice.
Chatting with them. And then it was, and we're talking like an hour or two. So it's like an extra bit of childcare for free while I'm trying to finish up some videos for Catapult.
As they say, it takes a village to raise a child. And
I was going to say, like a small village, right? Yeah, that's beaual. I love it.
Totally. So, like I said, because we were, all of her schools were, a lot of the activities she had were closed.
Yeah.
It was just going to be me and her. And I just thought, well, a couple days of that is okay, but a week is just a long time. So
But she's little, right? She's got lots of energy, right? I remember that age for sure. Yeah.
No, and
It's like you gotta go to the park.
I'm showing the girls and the boys at the cafe to shop.
You were.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Very cool.
What were you trying to do? You were supposed to unstick their. What were you trying to do?
Chi.
You're trying to unstick their chi, weren't you? Yeah, you did a good job.
Mommy,
Interesting.
baby dog bite.
Yeah. Okay.
She also
Okay.
a babysitter. She just doesn't. Joya just doesn't sit there and watch her. She takes her out to the beach and
Yes, they went paddleboarding today. So,
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
yes. So I mean, I think Joy
On
actually.
Jesus' boat.
I think she just managed.
Hey, that sounds good.
Standing on the water.
Oh yeah. There was
Oh,
people
beautiful.
paddleboard just like Jesus here. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Jesus today, Uncle Ray.
My goodness, that is amazing.
Oh my God. What did he say?
Dude,
Did he say hi to you?
it's actually, this room you're saying is actually the room of Pastor.
It's hilarious. So how are the summers, man? Because that's when I'm going to have some free time, probably like middle June-ish. How's the summers looking in Xiaoliuqiu?
Rainy.
Hotter, colder? I mean, muggy?
No, it's it doesn't. Yeah, you know how summers is. It's just kind of.
No, for sure. But okay. Tourism wise?
Yeah.
High season, low season?
Tourism, and then
But I think that it's a little more tolerable than Taipei because there's more like wind and air and just a little more circulation. So I thought it actually would be really hot this week, but there's like the plum rain, so there's a lot of there's intermittent rainfall. But temperature wise, it says it's like 26, right? 26 or 27 degrees. Doesn't feel hot very much at all. Like it's definitely a little more humid. The other thing that's really nice is that I went into the water. Like this is the nice thing about also in Xiaoliuqiu is that you can start your day early in the morning, however early you want, with a swim in the ocean, right? As like your exercise or stretching or whatever, right? And you're with like the fishes and the sea turtles, and you're just kind of hanging out there, and then it just kind of like clears your mind, right? And the water is really warm now. Like it is
27 degrees.
Yeah.
The water, really? Wow, beautiful. I was going to say, whenever I stay in a hotel or something by the beach or something like that, my favorite thing is, water in the morning, right? And, you get up, kind of brush your teeth and just run into the ocean and hang out for a while. That's got to be something you guys do all the time down there, right, Ray?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're allowed in the water.
Yeah, it's a central part of my life. Even if I don't go in the water, I'll walk on the beach, get my feet wet. Sometimes I'll sit and stare at the sun and meditate right in front of the sun at like 6 a.m. in the morning.
Beautiful.
I don't know if I've been watching the Huberman Lab. You've heard of that podcast, which is the health podcast. It's becoming really popular. He's really big on like light exposure in the morning, and that's like the one thing that's really helped my sleep. And so I try to get a lot of sun first thing in the morning.
Does you feel that wakes you up? Yeah, the natural sort of alarm clock you're saying, yeah?
Yeah, I've done a lot. I've had problems with sleep for 30 plus years. And so the sun, and I've tried a lot of things and some of them did work. And then, and
this did. Yeah. What's that? Huberman is an amazing. Love the podcast. Oh, Rushi, what's up, brother? Hey, thank you guys for the comments. You got this. Cute baby. Ikram Raza. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
A baby.
Yeah.
She has a name.
There is
a difference, right? It's like, some people start their day swimming like in the swimming pool. And I was telling them the last time that I came over here that it feels different when your feet are in the sand and you're actually in like ocean water. And you don't have to be there for that long. Like I'm not, this is not it's like a working time for me. So, it's quick for me, but still it just feels really clarifying. And once I do that, I feel like I can really work pretty uninterrupted for, 5 or 6 hours and not feel like, I'm just sort of out of it or out of sorts. So I just find that I can be really productive here. And because things are really affordable as well, you don't really feel like...
It's hard to spend a lot of money here. It's really hard.
Really? Okay. Well, that sounds good. Yeah. A vacation for me that you don't have to spend too much money. That's fantastic. Yeah.
It's like nothing to buy,
Okay.
Minus food, right?
You get some food. You maybe get a Maku drink. Maybe, I don't know, get a little ice cream. But it's hard to spend more than a couple hundred NT a day here.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And then the big thing that people do here is, obviously free diving, which is great to talk about, but then also scuba diving and snorkeling and those kind of activities. So so I don't really I don't scuba, but I know that people, I know I have a lot of friends who enjoy it, and the big thing here are the enormous amount of sea turtles that you can see everywhere.
Over 800.
Yeah. That's the famous thing, right? That's the famous thing. People say don't touch the turtles, right?
Don't touch the turtles. But they're so chill. I mean, they really are. They're just like...
They can go fast. They're like, I've seen one sprint. It's like, they're fast.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
One more quick question about Xiaoliuqiu. Accommodations. Is it easy to get, to just leave here, 4 hours, show up there, and then grab a hotel? Or what's your recommendation?
Yeah, you can go on there's a bunch of places you can find on Agoda.
Like hotels.com or something, or no?
Yeah.
And for longer term?
Longer term is much more complicated, so that's where we come in. But
that's what I'm... that's my segue, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
But...
Tell me all about it, brother.
I haven't slept a lot. Like, I didn't have good sleep, and then I drove from Taipei, and then trying to do this, and then having her in the background was kind of
all right, all good.
To make my brain go a little frazzy. So, me and my wife are opening up a guest house. We're renting out the first floor of this building, and it's got 5 rooms. We're going to take one. There's 2 en suites, 2 shared bathrooms. There's going to be a big common area. We're going to put a big desk there. People can come over, do some co-work. I went over to Taipei to pick up some tatami mats from Austin Powers, who's on the TIE group.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's the best name, man. Best name in the group.
The question I asked him, I finally asked him the question I wanted to ask him was, is that really your name?
And?
Yes. Is it really? Oh, man. Okay. Beautiful.
Post-movie.
Pre-movie.
Pre-movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope he was milking it when that movie was in its prime. I hope he was milking that. Or is he too young?
When he was it came out when he was middle school or grade school, and then it kind of old, I guess. Kids made fun of you, but I guess when you're in high school or college, chicks meet you, and it's Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
Quite a lot of things you get around from that.
Yeah, for sure. That's hilarious. I love it.
We're gonna put some tatami mats down where we can have classes or stretching. I can't wait. We're so close. We're so close.
So the description below. Sorry. So in the description below, I've got both of the links to where people can find Catapult and your free dive Nomad. So if anybody wants to book out this guest house, just hit you up there.
It's called House of Nomad. I think we have a Facebook page and
okay. I'll find it and I'll put it in the description for sure.
Yeah.
Is it ready to go now? May, June, July? What are you thinking?
We're looking at middle of June.
Middle of June. Okay. Hey, that's perfect. Maybe we can come down and test it out for you, man.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter has school till Go ahead.
Ray also created a video, and obviously that's something that I know well, is how to actually get to Xiaoliuqiu from Taipei. And it seems complicated from the outset for us, from Tianmu, you have to take the MRT or some bus right to Taipei main station. So however you get to Taipei main station, then you take high-speed rail to Kaohsiung. And from there's a couple options. There's a bus, but I actually also recommend that there's a group taxi So for 200 NT, the group taxi will pick you up from the high-speed rail and then take you to the ferry. And then it's a very short, like 25-minute ferry ride, super fast to the island.
Cool. Love it.
And then you can get your scooter, your e-bike or whatever. And so I'd say, what is it? 4.5 hours, something like that.
I know if you time like the timing with the train and the ferry, you can do like 3.5.
Really?
So for pros, you can do 3.5, but for normal people, it's probably between 4 and 4.5, just to make sure you have a little bit of a buffer. But the ferries are, I mean, COVID, they reduced the numbers, but should they, when they come back up, I think it's every like half hour or so, right? If there's a ferry.
Beautiful.
Well, there's like one, two, three private ferry companies and one public that leave from Donggang.
So,
okay.
A lot of ferry options and obviously a lot of high-speed rail options. So, I feel like in some ways it's actually easier because you don't have to take a plane, right, to go to one of the islands or anything. And even with a kid, right, it's like each leg is like maybe an hour and a half or an hour. So
she must like the ferry ride though too. No, I'm guessing.
She likes the
My
ferry.
daughter would. Yeah.
For people who are a little bit motion sickness, don't sit on the top. You want to be as close to the water as possible for motion wise. And or you can be outside, right? One or the other is going to keep you the most sort of like not because even on a 25-minute thing, if I'm not careful, like I'll feel a little right because it's
okay.
I'm from Seattle, but Puget Sound calm water ferry is totally different than ocean ferry ride where you're like plowing through all these like giant waves.
Okay.
Whole way over.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I feel like because all of the different things are connected, right? You never have to like walk a number of blocks or something to like get to the next. Right? It's pretty easy to get to. So, and then
it is the easiest outlying island to get to.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll definitely be there. Maybe I think my daughter finishes in June, maybe late June. I'm not sure, but definitely we're due for a break. I mean, right now I'm on a bit of a forced break. It's kind of a weird one, but we definitely want to get out there for sure. One more question on Xiaoliuqiu, and then I want to switch to Catapult. Cool. Yeah. So I think that's your website, right? Yeah. Are we good? Freedive Nomad.
So he's going to be.
Did I spell it wrong?
So yeah.
He's got fighting here. He's like.
No, Lucas still loves Xiaoliuqiu.
That's that's what I wanted to talk about, brother. Yeah, I wanted to talk about Lucas in Taiwan, right? Yeah, he's a big YouTuber out here, man, and he's a pretty good friend of mine. And he's been out there a few times, right?
Yeah.
Like, how's it going? How's that going?
It's good to have a big. Like, I think he's out of the English-speaking YouTubers in Taiwan. He loves it here. So I'm trying to convince him to move here, or at least get a place here, and he can spend half his time here. He's a full-time YouTuber now, so he could live wherever he wants. Yeah,
I mean, if he could, that'd be fantastic. Because island life, right? I mean, island life. That'd be fantastic.
If you have a flexible job, you can just kind of bounce back between here and Taipei or here, whatever, right? So,
case in point, yeah. Right. Beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of people kind of did some remote work out here.
The internet is surprisingly stable and fast. So there are a lot of cafes here who also have internet. So, whether or not it's actually your lodging that you're at or whether you go to a cafe, you can almost always log on with fast enough internet that you can upload, download stuff and do that kind of work.
I use my phone most of the time.
Okay.
The internet, Far East Tone apparently is the best provider, has the best signal for Xiaoliuqiu.
Okay.
And the other thing is that you could also, if you don't want to carry a lot of stuff, but you planned it, you can actually send a box over to the post office, and it's super inexpensive, right? It's like for a big box, it's like 80 to 100, maybe 120.
Really? Wow.
And the post office is like right there in the middle, so you can then like ship a box of stuff over, and then like instead of again bringing it on all of these different forms of transportation, you can then like ship that box back right to your home address.
You should just leave stuff here now. We have storage.
Yeah.
put it
the
box in.
they're slowly but surely trying to be like.
You gotta do it. Well, one more thing about Lucas, man. I think it was a month or a couple months ago. There was a group of English-speaking YouTubers. I think probably the bigger YouTubers in Taiwan. They went down to Kending and they did sort of like a group trip. So the next time Lucas is out, you got to tell him, do the group trip in Xiaoliuqiu, set it up at your guest house, have a big launch party there.
With a yacht, so all that fancy stuff.
Well, that's a different thing, right? The fancy things. But yeah, I think they did Kending. I think Xiaoliuqiu is we get a lot of interest from people here, man, and Tianmu people seem to love going out there, so it's been pretty cool. I've sent a bunch of people out, so it's good.
Yeah, and I haven't been to I'm not like a resort person. I'm not really a big like, oh, let's go to this fancy resort kind of place. And so you tell people like, I don't feel like Xiaoliuqiu is a place where you're like, oh, here's this fancy new resort that popped up. And, they have nice new cafes and restaurants and some high end things like that. But overall, the town, it feels still like a very functional kind of sort of Taiwanese small town feel, and there's definitely places where you're like, oh, they just threw a whole bunch of stuff there, and there's like chaotic and
okay.
But
that's great. It's kind of cool.
It feels very like real and functional and quite down to earth, and so I appreciate that of the island.
Beautiful. I love that. So yeah, definitely. We haven't been down, but we'll be down this summer for sure, man. I'm looking forward to it. We'll stay at your place.
You could do it. You could do one of your live streams over there.
Let's do it. Yeah. If I can figure out how to make these things, sounding. I've got actually 4 of these because I have a sort of setup that I want to do sort of for something outside, at restaurants, at somewhere on the beach or something would be fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just gotta
set up.
Oh man, Lucas. Yeah, Lucas is full time, man. So I went and did a podcast at his place, and him and his roommate are full time. So they're doing well, man. They're doing super good. Yeah, but I'm just once a week kind of a guy. Too many things at the same time.
And family. So still, props to that, right? Like you.
Yeah. No. I love it. That's again, people always ask me why we do it live. It's because people can come on, they can comment, people can chat. And when it's over, right? So that's kind of here we go. Check this comment out. Is that what you're talking about? The comment right here, Lucas. Yeah, I missed that until now. Sorry, guys, enjoying the beach of Green Island now.
So then we will do an edit of this live stream with Catapult, right? So you'll get your highlight of this and all.
Make sure you tag Lucas, man. Anything with Lucas on, it's gold. Yeah. Beautiful. So
absolutely.
So
I would definitely encourage that anyone who is able to sort of digital nomad it in Taiwan to try and do that here. Hook up with Ray. He'll send you basically the first time we came. Every step was like, if I had a question about anything, I could just ping Ray and be like, "Where's a place that does this? How do I get this? Where do I go for this?" And it's just your own private like.
Well,
it seems like the foreigners in Xiaoliuqiu group is always happening. Like there's always something going on in there. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Hi. So let's talk a little bit about Catapult. So what is new? I know that we were talking about it last time. You were telling me that some new stuff is happening. Good things are happening.
So we're super excited to actually start working with the Taiwan Impact Entrepreneurs Group.
Nice.
And part of the reason, and I think this is also the same with you, Eddy, is like, this knowledge and this, the stuff that you do over and over again, right? It's cumulative, right? So it's like you have different guests and then you sort of like have the same guests that kind of come later in life. Stop. And so what we want to help people do is to take that content and repurpose it in a way that's
great.
Not only like good for you, but also topical. So let's say, some other time later on, Xiaoliuqiu might actually be in the news for some odd reason. You can be like, we did, a podcast about this stuff. That, you can now grab something and say, hey, you guys are talking about Xiaoliuqiu, we have something here. So I think one of the things that we're trying to work on, which would be super exciting, is helping people be able to index and search for the kind of content that they have within their footage. So just like you, with Eddy, we have all of your hot wings, right? Like, any of your hot wings challenge, we always have the final hot wings that we have as part of each one of your stream, except this one. There are no hot wings in this one.
Yeah, Ray's done the wings, but we'll do the wings with you in June. Yeah, we'll do them.
That will be, its own little experience. And so then, later it's going to be super easy for us to make a hot, highlight of all the hot wings that you have. So, so we're super excited about working with Andrew and Ty, and there's a couple other individuals there that we are also working with.
Beautiful.
So I feel like, because video is going to be the medium that everyone uses just for anything, right? It's
everything. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be photos are kind of be oh, that's kind of old school. Why didn't you share a little, 5 or 10 second video?
Pictures are worth 1,000 words and a video is worth 1,000 pictures. They say something like that, right?
Exactly. Oh, I like that one. Yes.
If no one said that, then I said it. I'm sure somebody said it somewhere, right? Yeah. Somebody said it somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been great, and then we're actually also excited to hopefully be working with this new Asian American channel called Joy Sauce, and Joy Sauce is actually based in the Joy Sauce. It's pretty cool. I'll share the link.
Tell me about it, please.
So Jonathan Spazzato, who was he's the owner and now the chairman of GeekWire, which is one of the tech sort of online tech journals. He's a big big mover and shaker in Seattle. And as an Asian American, he kind of felt like there was not a lot of Asian American representation that still wasn't kung fu, right? Or some exotic.
Everybody wants kung fu fighting, didn't you know?
Exactly. And, I mean, and legitimately those people are there, but I think there's
I'm just kidding.
Especially for it's being Mexican Canadian, right? It's or me being a North Dakotan Korean American, or
you're the only one.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But it's also there's a certain kind of experience that is still missing from cinema and writing about our our kind of experiences. And so Joy Sauce is one that's going to try and amplify those and showcase kind of, I think, an American Asian take on this.
So they're going to curate Asian American content creators?
Yes.
Okay.
And so it'll be podcasts, videos, writing.
Beautiful. Nice.
And so, and then, they also want to repurpose this content for, the same thing, right? It's just with Ray and his YouTube channel. It's you've got the YouTube, and then, the snippets that you need for Instagram Reels and TikTok.
Beautiful, yeah.
And Ray works super hard on it. And every time he grabs something for Catapult, I'm always woo, go, 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 go.
Awesome.
And in fact, this time he actually grabbed something that was from someone else's YouTube channel to actually reference in his, and that was super easy for us to do too. So,
that's cool.
For creative purposes, any kind of mix and match that helps make the content richer and gives context to it, I think is something that we can really help with. So, yeah, super exciting.
Beautiful. I think the best thing about Catapult is it's so easy to use. I mean, I'm always waiting for you to send me the audio for this, and then I put it up onto the audio site. But actually, it's super easy to do. So I love that. That helps so much. Yeah.
I also like the pricing.
Yes.
So you only pay for what you use rather than having this monthly subscriber things like $10 or $20 every month. It's pretty.
I think it's great. I think being the startup, you can be flexible and you can learn what works best for a customer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that we learned too, is that a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, right, or even for you, Eddy, right, it's it's around an event or some kind of particular thing, right? So you create a burst of content because something is happening, and you don't necessarily always have a consistent I need a subscription because every time I'm going to be doing this on a weekly basis. We do have for people who do have that, but for someone like Ray, where there's it's just by project, we absolutely want to support.
Because there's so many little things that you need, say for a YouTube channel, like a Canva or a Canva Premium, or it all just kind of transcription services or the transcripts adds up. just to put out one video. And if you don't actually do that many videos that month, then you're like,
well, that was it. That was your $25 down the drain.
Yeah, but so if you're starting out, you're just paying, I mean, cents basically per video.
The other thing is that we have, the transcription feature that our editors for Eddy use, like we absolutely need. And today I was trying to figure out how to do like a little sizzle reel for someone else, and we were doing a transcription, and I realized transcription was the easiest way to like navigate back and forth and go, oh, when did they say this part? And instead of like trying to jump back to that point in the video, it was just like literally just scan the document.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I did that over and over again, even though it was like a 15-minute video. Like if I didn't have the transcript, I think I would just try to just jump to those things and just never look at it again. But because I could just constantly look back and forth, it just made editing feel more like quickly scanning something that you were writing as well as them listening to it. So I felt like it was a much more intuitive way of editing content too. So
that search function you have to look for, is it using the words from the transcription and the AI action judging is like, oh, eating, and then they'll
it won't quite do the eating yet, but it will. That's what we'd like to do. But it'll absolutely check everything in the transcription. So one of the things that we also want to be able to do is then say, like, you're looking for a word, but we'll try to find it in all of your videos, right? So you could be like, hey, every time you mention,
don't touch your eyes.
Don't touch your eyes. Right?
Don't touch your eyes. Yeah.
They are in all of your videos, right? So indexing it that way.
I should just put all my videos in, and then so if I need to find something to reference to it. Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
For me, it'd probably be don't touch your eyes, or oh, that's not a straw. When somebody's drinking the horchata, yeah, we got to make an "oh, it's not a straw" video, yeah. Oh, it's not a straw. Because everybody's like, "whoo," and then they're like, it's everybody. It's so hilarious, yeah. And then they're embarrassed, but I'm like, don't worry, every single person does that, even in the restaurant. We're trying to save the turtles. We try not to give straws unless you really, really want one. So yeah.
Right. Don't touch your eyes. That's a big one. You definitely say that a lot.
That's a big one, yeah.
So I think cool. That the idea of helping people understand what's inside their videos, I think that's the hardest part, right? Whenever you're trying to create content from raw footage, it's like, most video editors are like, okay, now that you have your clips, here's what we can do, right? And you're like, okay, but how did I get those clips, right? And
how about like, like me and Sheila, we realized we have to start getting our B-rolls organized. I'm wondering if there's a way we could just upload everything into Catapult, and then we could just search, because like right now, like to use photos, like when I want to like cut away to a shot, I use photos sometimes. I use Google search, and it's like, oh, I wanted like a turtle, right? I need a turtle, and then they'll give me a picture of a turtle. But like with video, that's harder. Instead of like having to go through all my video and then labeling them. And organizing in folders. I'm wondering if we just upload it all to Catapult and then just use the AI to just
to see if they could do.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking into stuff like that, because that's the kind of thing we're trying to do is to basically have the AI make a pretty good list about where things are, find them.
Imagine going through like 1 or 2 terabytes of video.
Yeah, that's tough. I have so many. I have my Google Drive thing, and there's so many duplicate photos in there. But I mean, to sit there and go through terabytes of them, it's like, it is what it is.
Oh no, but Google Drive or Google Photos?
Drive.
I think Google Photos tell you when it's dupes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, one more question. We were talking about transcriptions, right? For Catapult. From there to like subtitles, is that a big jump? Is that something that's possible?
No, we're also looking at that too. So there's not to get too nerdy, but an SRT file is something where it has a timestamp and then the description of the transcript of what you said. So we can actually develop that pretty quickly, which is a way for someone to then upload it into a video editor and then be like, oh, at this timestamp you said this, right, and break it down.
Can you automatically hard code it into there?
That's what we're looking into doing. So it's like a clip, So actually, what's possible is to hard code it in there. What's a little trickier is then to be able to edit that in the clip, right? Because the transcription is not always correct for names and specific.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Person and hard coded in there.
Yeah, that's how we would have to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like fix the transcription somehow and then use that. So
because people don't know how to figure out to click the CC button to get subtitles.
Totally, yeah.
So you gotta
it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So for me,
like, oh, there's a lot of people watching videos probably where they shouldn't, because they said about 80% of videos are watched silent. So 80%, which means that people are doing it on public transportation. They're probably doing it at work, right? They're doing it maybe in a meeting or something like that.
Really?
Right? Like,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty high. So I know, Eddie, that you've also wanted to have, subtitles that are also in Chinese, and that's also something.
That was my next question. Yeah. So like transcription, subtitles, and then translations. Because I mean, I have lots of sort of local listeners, and they're like, hey, we love it. We would love to share it more. If there was translations,
right,
it would be fantastic. But I'm like, I don't know how to do that. So yeah.
Any kind of subtitling takes a long time, and it's a lot of
for sure
to do that, especially if you want to do it kind of really like sort of natural, what the eye wants to do.
Exactly.
I think we can sort of definitely do like mini steps where it's like, we have your transcription, and now we can do the transcription in Chinese, right? And then at least then you can have an SRT file that has that, and then be able to do that, and then from that, then we automatically with the code. So
that sounds fantastic. Yeah.
It's a lot of cool stuff coming with Catapult. Can't wait.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
We love working with both of you guys because you're both super hustlers and you make content regularly, and it's really cool content. And you demonstrate a need of like what we can do to help kind of make it easier for you to repurpose it. So
we appreciate that. Yeah. It's a weird feeling to be kind of, quarantined in your room here, because, I'm always busy doing stuff, and here it's like a forced, just relax and do nothing. And, so I've been cleaning this room up and doing extra work. And I mean, right now I had to rip things apart because the cable wasn't long enough from the other room to come here, and had to figure out how to get it in here without leaving the room. But yeah, it's kind of a weird little bit of a forced relaxation. It's kind of
it's very relaxing if you're like cleaning up the room and rejiggering things and like catching.
Well, I mean, it's just like day 3, right? So I'm on my 3rd day. I mean, just portions of the room, slowly. I mean, then you watch a couple movies. It's kind of I took so many naps, and I bought Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, I haven't touched a video game in years, and I was like, hey, this is great. So I figured there must be a way, and I figured it out.
Totally.
Live stream
it. There's a lot of swearing on there, man. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, but this is what Catapult is perfect for, is the live stream gamers.
Yep.
Because what are you playing? Like they stream for like 10 hours at a time. You're gonna go through 10 hours to find like the most exciting part.
Nah, man, we totally help with that. In fact, someone did a 20-hour stream. 20 hours.
Really?
All 20 hours. Had like the AI motion detection, and also because he could search his chat, right? Like whenever you're live streaming, we can search chat. He was like, I just looked up the right word, and like bam, bam, bam. That 20 hours, and maybe took him just like, I don't know, half an hour to find the clips that he wanted, and then he made this video. So
well, maybe I will
stream your gaming while you're be like
my quarantine gaming. Yeah, all right.
Gaming. Or your daughter games, right?
Yeah, she's really good at it. Yeah, for sure. She loves it. She's funny thing with her is she doesn't really watch TV. She watches like YouTube videos of people playing video games. And so once she started to play herself, she would just naturally just start talking. And it was funny because she just likes it. Yeah. So okay, that sounds really good. I do need to do more stuff with her for clips and stuff like that, because it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and then she'll be like surpassing you soon.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, man. I'm like, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like I do this once a week, and I love it. But I mean, for sure, she could definitely blow it up.
Then by the time she's college age, she's like, I don't need college. I'm making $1 million a year playing video games on YouTube.
Well, I mean, shoot, she can pay for her college then, hopefully, at least, right? She I know she wants to go to Canada. My family obviously lives in Canada and she loves it there. So that's like her dream place. Every time we go back, she loves it because she just gets spoiled by her relatives and stuff. So my parents and brother and sister, everybody just spoils her. So she loves it. She loves it. Yeah.
She loved the Prime Minister.
She don't know about that stuff right now. She knows about like grandma spoiling her, grandma's cooking, hanging out with Thea. That's what she knows. So she don't know about the Prime Minister and stuff.
Where
Not yet.
Family, what city?
British Columbia. We're in British Columbia. Yeah, which is awesome. It's a great spot. I mean, I'm born and raised there. Mexican parents, obviously. So it's a great place to be, man. I love it.
And actually, is there a direct flight from Vancouver to Taipei?
Vancouver, Taipei. Yeah. Eva Air. That's the best.
Oh, many.
Yeah.
Like, pre-COVID,
Right.
that's like one busy route.
Every time I'm on the flight from Vancouver to Taipei or vice versa, I'm the only non-Asian person on the flight. The only one.
You're practically the only non-Asian person in BC.
Yeah, that's true too. While I was growing up, the slang for Vancouver was Hongcouver because everywhere you go, it's all Chinese people. It's crazy. It's all Asian people everywhere. I mean, there's good Asian food down there for sure.
It really is.
So we moved over here. It's like, oh yeah, same thing.
Same old, right? Yeah.
Assimilated very quick.
Of course. Beautiful. Guys, that was awesome, man. We did like almost an hour. You guys are fantastic. Do you guys have anything you want to add before we call it? Anything you want to throw in there?
Xiaoliuqiu, this guy will hook you up, and his wife Sheila. They're both like super awesome hosts and probably like the ambassadors here.
I know for sure.
Shout out to Leo at Island Bistro and Chris of Iran Bazaar, and
take some freediving courses.
This summer, we're gonna come down. We're gonna check it out. I sent Eckert went down, right? Eckert went to check it out. He brought his team, 3 or 4 people down.
That was good.
So it was awesome, man.
People.
Yeah. He said it was awesome.
Team building exercise. Yeah.
Really cool. Hey, man, if maybe I'll bring my whole team down there. Maybe I can bring my whole team down there.
You should bring your team, and you'll be tempted to open up a little side joint. And wait, is it true, Ray, about the tax thing? Can I say that?
Yeah. It's tax free here.
It's tax free if you earn something on the island, Eddie. It's tax free.
Really? What? That sounds interesting. I like that. I got the Mexican wheels turning now. What can we do? I didn't know about that. All right.
If you open up something here on the island, it stays on the island.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. There's
a duty free shop here.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Check that out. So
that's awesome. I love it.
Bonus there for that. So, so come down, digital nomads, come and work here. You will get good work done, and
good internet.
As you're doing video, ping me and I'll help hook you up and help make that video go further.
Actually, one thing you talk about like Xiaoliuqiu news. Like recently, I think 1 or 2 weeks ago, Xiaoliuqiu was the news in terms of, I think, oversupply. Because if you go drive around, you'll see a lot of places are being built like COVID's going to last forever, right? And they're just going to keep on getting domestic tourism, right? But that was a bit of oversupply, and I think there's going to be an opportunity. Like what I'm trying to do is off, like make this into sort of a remote work digital nomad center of Taiwan, right?
It should be. Yeah. All they need is good internet and a nice place to stay, decent place to stay. You're good. Yeah.
It's not too expensive. You have easy access to Kaohsiung or Taichung or Taipei. If you need it, you can wake up in the morning and go swimming, see some turtles, work a couple hours, go in the water again just to kind of relax, and then finish strong in the afternoon after a nice dip in the ocean, right? So I love it. We'll definitely be down there this summer. Yeah. I think eventually it's be an opportunity to rent out places that some of the oversupply for longer term people. Because one of the problems here, like Airbnb style, like a long-term a lease, you have to sign for a year. So I think that's Taiwan, right? Yeah, like a bunch of places that you can just rent by the month or by the week. That sounds good. That sounds really good. So that's a plan. Or if anybody else wants to do it, just come on down and do it.
Come on down, Xiaoliuqiu. Sounds fantastic. You just arrived, right, Susie? In the last day or two?
Yeah. So I got the news about Hana's closing of schools on Saturday night. Sunday, I asked Ray whether or not it was available, and Monday I was on a train. We were down on a train to Xiaoliuqiu. So
love it.
And while it's super rainy and everything in Taipei, here it's like little rain, sun, and then a little bit of rain, and then sun. And
okay, beautiful.
And also, I mean, doesn't it sound pretty awesome? As long as there's no lightning, if it's raining and you're like swimming in the ocean, I feel like there's something very cool.
Yeah, for sure. I think the ocean is always cool. Like you guys were saying earlier, feet in the sand, that seems to be super good for you. I love that. As soon as I dunk my head into that ocean water, it's like a little switch goes off and I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm happy.
I just can't express like strongly enough how just being in the water is so makes life better.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that for sure.
You know, but for me, it's the ocean. It just gives me, it just makes me feel so good about life.
I love it.
So good about living.
I want to go down and try that, man. I love going out to the beach here, but those are usually day trips. I mean, to go out and live for a bit, that'd be fantastic. So hopefully this summer, that's the plan, man.
Open a Mexican restaurant here, bro.
Okay, well let's have a look first. Okay, let me go have a look. Let me go have a look, check everything out, and then we'll see. Right? I'm gonna need you flipping tortillas, though, man. Yeah.
Well, Eddie, I hope your quarantine, the rest of your quarantine is, forcefully restful. And
yeah, it's been good. I'll probably watch a couple more movies before bed, and yeah. I know people. Hold on, let me change the lighting in here. Maybe I can. Yeah. Oh, that's worse.
Whoa! No, that's terrible.
That's even worse. That's even worse. Yeah.
And,
me and Canelo, man. Me and Canelo are going for it. The whitest Mexican alive. We're going for it. Yeah. No, man. If I can get down there,
see you someplace besides your own restaurant.
Let's. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. You know what? It's been good. It's been good. COVID aside, it's been pretty good. We've had to close for a few days. We're just back open for to go today. But yeah, I mean, I can't do much aside from just rest, relax, and play some Grand Theft Auto for a little bit. And yeah, I guess start up again next week.
What I should also mention is that I know you got a lot of BJJ and MMA fans on here. Is that so a friend of mine, he's bought some mats. We're gonna start a little BJJ club here, and so we're gonna get to a point where if somebody purple belt or above want to come here, we could probably provide them a place to stay, teach a couple classes during the week. We'll teach you some freediving and work something out, right?
You got to talk to Marshall, man. Marshall, I know I got a list popping into my head. Yeah, you got to do it. It's going to be good.
Marshall he was here a couple months ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you get a rash guard? I ordered a rash guard for my daughter, so it should be ready soon.
No, I need a long sleeve one for
okay.
Cover up the sun.
That makes sense. Yeah. But anyways, guys, cool. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for doing this. Susie, when you get back, first of all, enjoy the week down there. Ray, always a pleasure. And Susie, when you're back, we'll do a proper wing show. Yeah,
will do.
It's going to be good. Will do. Thank you guys for so much. Thank everyone for watching. Bye, Hannah. Take care. See you guys soon. Enjoy the week. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.